What's going on, guys? It's Kevdog here, comparing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on Nintendo Switch 1 versus on the Switch 2. On the left, I've recorded my own footage to show you guys in comparison, and this footage I'm showing right now is actually from IGN. I planned on getting the update of the game on my Switch 2 on June 5th when it comes out for everyone, but they actually announced and revealed 13 minutes of early footage. With this, I could do a bit of my own comparing and show you guys that this game got a huge update, and thankfully it's free. First off, a big change I noticed right off the bat. When the trainer right here runs into this Pawniard, you could see it actually showed the battle animation begin very quickly. This time though, it's running in higher frame rate, and now let's check out Casseroya Lake. This is one area of the game that was infamous for being a very laggy cesspool for everyone. Honestly, when I played it myself getting my own footage, it wasn't as laggy as I remember. On the Switch 2 though, you're not going to be dealing with lag whatsoever, and the graphics will look much better here, and one part that is the most important to me is that way more Pokemon will be spawning in. Of course, I think this is objectively a good thing for an open world game especially. We want lots of Pokemon. We don't want huge areas that look rather empty. But anyway, one part I'm a bit worried about is for shiny hunters. If you can see 25, maybe even 30 Pokemon at once when you're looking around, I feel like it's going to be pretty easy to miss some Pokemon. Back in the overworld, you'll see the actual water seems to look a lot better, and the draw distance, you can see things from very far away, especially those trees there in the back. I feel like there's more particles coming off of this Koraidon as it kicks its legs into the water. Maybe that's just me, and the rain. That loaded in pretty well. Next, around the trainer school right here, not only is it raining, but the textures seem to be improved. The actual walls, the floors where people are standing on, the stairs over here, it does look better. I'm really happy because I thought potentially the Scarlet and Violet update was going to have a higher frame rate, but just that. That doesn't seem to be the case though. These stairs right here, I think you can really tell. On some of my own videos, I actually had people asking about this. They wanted to know, are the Terra Raid battles actually fixed? Because these things were pretty bad as well. This is a shift tree Terra Raid, and everything seems to be not only running in 60 FPS of course, but way more fast paced. It appears that Terra Raids have also been sped up because we all know doing Terra Raids, whether it was online or offline, would just lag out like crazy. Sometimes all four of you would use your move and then have to randomly wait like 10 seconds for seemingly no reason. I'm very happy about this. I pretty much stopped doing Terra Raids entirely, and I also remember the health bar on top would update kinda slowly too. Sometimes one of your teammates' Pokemon or your own Pokemon would faint, but the actual health bar would not reflect that to let you know that it happened until way later. This would make you think in online raids that you guys had a pretty good chance at winning, and then it would just show you, no, you guys are not gonna win. Moving on now to DLC 2, Blueberry Academy. This is an area that I don't remember having too much lag with, but the whole game had at least some lag. With this patch, it should be running at 4K if you are docked, in 1080p in handheld, and you will be in 60 FPS regardless. I don't have confirmation if you'll be able to do 1080p 120 FPS in handheld, but I don't think so. I think it'll work for some games like Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, but this area right here, I got my own footage too to compare with. I wasn't lagging that badly, but the game now runs better and looks better. Here's another example encounter, this one in the DLC 2 area still, and this is a Zangoose, and boom, right there tapping into it, the battle is instantly started. The same thing happens after that battle with this Deerling. Tap into it and the battle's begun. It's just so much slower on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on the Switch 1. It's so noticeable. With your Koraidon and Miraidon, diving off of a ledge and starting to fly or glide was also pretty slow sometimes, but that doesn't happen in this footage. Right here in the polar biome, I think it becomes pretty clear that the actual textures on everything in this game looks a lot better. The stuff like the snow and ice was very smooth. Now it actually looks kinda close to real ice. So Serebii.net, shout out to you for posting this footage, saying, thrilled to show that in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on Switch 2, the Artisan Windmill has been fixed. This area turned into a bit of a meme when Scarlet and Violet first came out because the actual windmill in the back, if you were far away enough, it would be like 2 FPS. It says this animation fix applies to all distant models, so every model you saw like this that was running at like 2 FPS, it's gonna be better. I really like this example too back in the main Paldea area, so this is on some random path with some Psyducks, but you could see on the side of the mountains right there, it's not just a big brown blob anymore. It looks like real terrain, and then splashing in the water, it doesn't lag like it normally would, and the actual water splash, there's way more particles. This update for Scarlet and Violet did not add in new stuff like new Pokemon, new events, no new mystery gifts as of right now, so don't expect stuff like that. This update is mainly for making the textures look better and having the game run better as well in terms of frame rate. I also really like some of the footage that Joe Merrick from Serebii provided, especially right here on this little dead grass or dead dirt area. You can see the puddles. Those puddles in Scarlet and Violet on Switch 1 did not look that good. Whether you think that looks good or not, it definitely looks a lot better now than it used to. Here's some comparison too for this area above Casaroya Lake, the one that looks kind of like autumn. Running around in this area specifically did not really give me much lag, but now there will be a few more Pokemon on screen at once, and it just runs at 60 FPS. It's a big difference. If you guys are getting the Switch 2, now is the best time to play Scarlet and Violet, whether you already have before or you never have. What I'm going to do is definitely make a new save file of the game to explore everything from scratch, and I'm really excited. The game supports 4K 60 and HDR. It's gonna go crazy. I am so excited. I can't wait to get my own footage as well on June 5th. Subscribe if you're new. We're close to 100,000 subscribers.